Okay, there we go. You should be able to hear me now. I think it's basically because I ported it over from Streamlabs and moved into OBS, so I'm not too sure if it picked it up. Now, it does mean my sound levels might be slightly off, so I will be adjusting them throughout the stream. I didn't expect that normally. Oh, I can hear myself now, which is slightly annoying. Let me get rid of that. Wonderful. Okay, should be able to hear me. Okay, well, aside from that, it's very beautiful here in the Florida, Miami Keys, and we've got some more people down on the ground with us. We've got Smart Aviator, we've got Starbug, Trip 500 as well. Lovely. How are you guys doing in the chat? Let me know. I haven't seen you all for a while in terms of a live stream, so that's cool. There we go. Now, I have got the Orbex scenery here, which does mean most of us will probably be floating. If you guys haven't got the Orbex scenery, as you can see, my theory there proved right. All you guys are floating. There we go, we got another dude spawned in now. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But yeah, this is the Orbex scenery. It is payware. I did pick it up off Orbex Direct. I don't fly in this area too often, but it is a fairly nice bit of scenery, and a wonderful airport as well. I mean, just look at the location. You couldn't ask for much more. It's a really good airport. Tyler says good. He's flying on a Delta 757 tomorrow. That's very, very cool. I've never been on a 757, although I would love to go on one. Julian says wait for him, his sim has just crashed. Alright Julian, I'll wait for you. So do feel free to come on whatever aircraft you see fit today. I'm going to be flying in a little Cessna 152, which is going to be quite slow. I might swap over to a 172 midway through. But the flight itself, even in the 152, is only about an hour and a half. Basically, we're stopping if I bring up the VFR map, which is something I don't use too often, but decided to for this flight. Here we go, look at this. Lovely. So basically flying along the chain of islands here and going to Marathon Airport. We'll then be moving up quite high, and this is the longest leg. We're moving up to the Everglades, and this is going to be an easy place to get lost. We've got this river here, but that's really about it. It all looks the same. And then once we're at here, which is a training airport for the military, I believe we'll be flying up to this executive airport, Fort Lauderdale, which is very nice. Jan, I'm on the North Europe server, multiplayer on all. If you're on Sim Update 12, you should be able to see me. Mr. Russo, that's fine, don't worry about it, I'm sure I'll see you another day. Getting blown about the wind a bit, I think. Wonderful. Gliding plays going into Madrid. Anyway, without further delay, we're going to get started up now. I'm sure some people will bimble along on the way, but I don't want to keep the guys on the ground here for too long. So if you are spawning in, do let me know. Kian, hello, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Okay, I haven't got my checklist with me, so I'll be going off memory. We've got beacon lights. Now come on. Right, okay. All instruments are looking fine. Lovely, 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 lovely. Let's get... Cool, we've got someone in an SR22 over there. Wonderful. Okay, avionics are all coming on. They should have been off, but oh well. Let's give it 2 pumps of the primer today. Although it's pretty hot, so whether or not we need that. Mixture fully rich. Throttle about a third of the way in. Let's test the carpet. It's moving. And before I do that, I've been very silly. I forgot it was in the KP Logistics 152, so I'm going to get rid of my engine cover, my left and right shocks, and my pitot cover as well. Silly man, would have flown off with a pitot cover on. How do you switch server? All you need to do is come up to press escape, come up to your name, and then click North Europe. Yep, and that's how you change server. Right. Okay, on that note, clear prop. That's not a good start. Ooh, I'm just an idiot. That would help. Lovely, there we go. Engine started up now. Right, okay, I'm just going to check sound to make sure it's not too loud so you can actually hear me. Fuel, we've got plenty. Rightio, shall we go flying? How's the chat doing? Kian says he just purchased the Builds Dallas Love Field. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean it's probably not an airport I will buy because I don't really fly in that area, but yeah, wow, enjoy it, mate. Okay, pull back on the power, parking brake off, and power now. Let's give those brakes a little test. They're working. Windsocks over there, quite handy, so we know where we're going. See if we've got Valanta running in the background as well. I do. Lovely. Right, okay, we'll come up to the taxi holding point here. I'm just going to sort out my radios. Let's get the transponder on. Actually, we'll set that to alt. Let's get radios on. Radios on. Not that I'm going to be using them today, but they were annoying me being turned off. On that note, everything else is groovy. How are you guys all doing? Yep, all coming along. Wonderful. Okay, we've got a very long runway here and a fair wind coming straight down the runway, so there's no need for flaps. It should be a fairly nice flight. I'm looking forward to it and I hope you guys still are too. It's actually a flight route I think I've done once before, or a similar sorts of route, so I'm kind of familiar with the area. Apparently not familiar with this taxiway though, I'm completely off the centre line. Yeah, to be fair, I think this might be my first proper flight with the JP152 for probably about a year and a half now. I fly the 152 in real life, it's the aircraft I'm training on, but I sort of keep away from going in the aircraft I fly in real life because I don't want to pick up bad habits, of which I'm sure many of you will see in this video today, as it's being off the centre line and not starting up with a checklist and whatever, but it's all good fun at the end of the day. Like that SR22 landing in front of me. Wonderful. I'm actually going to turn off autopilot because I'm not going to use it, and the that flashing at me is annoying. How do I? There it is. Lovely. Wonderful. Shall we all take off? Not the taxiway. Got plenty of you in the chat, it's great to see, and about 10 of you I'd say probably with us today, so it's awesome. A really nice turnout so far, guys. I'm sure we'll pick up more people on the way. If you're not flying with us, feel free to track us on Valanta. I'm sure some of us are on there, so you'll be able to see a good few of us, I reckon. And if you do, of course, share it on Instagram or whatever you use, Discord, and post it about, it'll be cool. Also want to see if we can get buzzed by some fighter jets today, that would be awesome. Right, I'm going to use the right portion of the runway just behind this 172. We're doing a formation takeoff. Looks like we're going to do a formation takeoff. Wonderful, let's go. So we're looking for about 55 knots. There's 50. Smashed my microphone there accidentally. Move that out of the way slightly. There's 65. Climbing. Wonderful. Right, okay, I'm going to trim now. Sort my trim out. I think we're going to go for about 2,000 feet. It's probably a good height. Let's go, we're flying the runway. That is so cool. That SR-22 is climbing like a helicopter right now. It's quite scary. Awesome. Wonderful. So what are you guys looking forward to in terms of Microsoft Flight Simulator news? Obviously it's the thing I do mostly on my channel, it's probably what I'm known for, but I do sort of want to diversify and do some different stuff, if possible. We've got the A300 by Indie Builds. It looks like from their JFK trailer they were teasing at it coming very soon, which is quite cool. Very smooth up here, very smooth. I'm barely putting anything in. Ooh, spoke too soon there, we hit a bit of sink. Coming over land. There we go, let's level off that now. Sweet. That is a very, very dynamic SR-22 in front of us. Julian sent me a friend request. Of course, I will accept that once I get on the ground. Feel free to do a touch and go at that airport. I'm not going to because that will stress up my engine going. That will stress up the whole aircraft. Going fast and down that slow. I believe this airport is the other Key West airport. It's bigger, you'd think it was an international airport, but I believe it's the military one. And that explains the all-wind runways. Aviation with Elliot. Hello my friend, how are you doing? Hope you're well. I just got split in half by the BE-36 over. That's a Beechcraft. I don't know what that stands for. Tell you what, I might climb a little bit higher. We'll go to 3,000 feet. Just to get a better view. Don't want to redline the engine too much. Wonderful. Oz Flight Simmer, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, mate. He saw my April Fool's joke. I'm glad some people picked up on it. Some people believed it. That was a bit of a messy job to clean up at that point, but yeah. There we go, lovely. 3,000 feet. Wonderful. Right, let's have a look around us. Look at all you guys. What a turnout. Fantastic. It's so difficult to find an external view. Dave, hello. Fantastic to see you. Is the Phoenix worth it? Yes, 100%. If you like that sort of flight simulation, like realistic, trying to recreate real-world airliner ops, is without a doubt worth it. Only thing I would say, it does struggle in performance on some subsystems. I remember when I had my older graphics card, it wasn't great on there. But yeah. Julian's been pushing his engine too much and caused an engine fire. Yeah, that's why I'm being... this isn't a realistic stream, it's obviously a group flight, but because of the mod, I don't want to stress up the engine too much. So I'm sort of paying attention. Not completely. Whee, look at that. Not the smoothest air at the moment with everything around us. But look at the scenery, it looks incredible. Colours are really vivid. I mean, water's lovely, lush trees, can't expect much more. Jan, feel free to hop in an F-18, I'd like that very much. See how far out we are of our airport, it can't be that. Ooh, we've got a bit to go. Let me hurry up. Yeah, mate, it's going really well at the moment. Weather's been terrible, so there's been months where it's been like a month or two without flying, but hopefully this summer will change that. I sort of want to get it done this year in terms of PPL, but whether or not that will happen, I don't know. There's no point rushing it, but yeah, it's just frustrating or whatever, to be perfectly honest with you. Got my air law exam out of the way the other day, which is good, so that means when my instructor and me are ready, I can go solo. In terms of theory, I'm doing operational procedures at the moment, which is good fun. Hopefully get that exam done at the end of the month. But yeah, pretty good, I'd say, pretty good. Really enjoying it, loving every second. It's not cheap, that's the one thing. It's definitely not cheap. But yeah, definitely enjoying it and really looking forward to, because I work at an airport, so I'm really looking forward to flying into work with it. That'd be cool. Sweet. I wonder what that says. Groovy. If I was in the Cessna 152 aerobat, I could do what my good friend Lusky 787 is doing over there, aerobatics, but regrettably I'm not, so as soon as I flip this aircraft, the engine would fail. It's not the smoothest air, we're shaking about a bit, but good fun. Wow. If anyone's on the world map, would you mind sending me like a photo of everyone around us? Because you'll be able to see them all on there, that would be cool. What was that? That's an Osprey up there. Who is in the Osprey? Look at this scenery. Incredible. Thank you so much for the turnout so far, guys. Awesome, awesome stuff. Wow. Let's try sticking full base with this guy here. Ooh, you've already messed up, Brandon. Well done. So, would you guys like to see more live streams? I did say I was sticking to 3,000, but I seem to have gone up to almost 4,000 now. So, I guess more efficiency there. Would you guys like to see more lives? I'd like to do some VATSIM flights. That'd be cool. That is sort of I'm completely constrained by time there. It's so hard to schedule them in. Would definitely like to get some in there. Maybe fly down to Madeira next week. I might go on something quicker next time. Well, we're getting there. We're getting towards marathon. I think we've already got someone there by the looks of it. Look at that though. Wonderful stuff. You guys are cool. Right. QA Pilot, that's very kind of you. Another fantastic content creator. I believe you're heading over to FS Expo this year, so I'll see you over there. Thank you very much for the $20. It's beyond very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. Enjoying your latest news updates? Thank you very much. I try and stay consistent with them. Figures with news updates. There's so much Microsoft Flight Simulator news, like so much, and some stuff is a lot more interesting than others. Personally, for me, and I know for you guys as well. So to pick the bits to cover, well, that is the fun bit. I'll try and bring as much as possible, and hopefully I'll see QA Pilot over in Houston. That'd be cool. He's one of the gods of flight simulation content creation, so thank you very much for the donation. Wonderful. So luckily it's a relatively self-explanatory route. The airport is somewhere over there, so we're just basically tracking along the chain of islands. I don't know what the wind was. Yeah, we are flying into a headwind, to be fair, so it's not the nicest weather for us. We've got two awesome flight simulator content creators in the chat at one time. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Incredible. Pilot Fisk is over there. I've seen you before, so thank you for coming along. Smart Aviator. Who else we got? Soul Constant over there. Sweeper Vel. Some guy, some legend over there in the Osprey. Awesome. Look at that. Almost looked like the Microsoft Flight Simulator trailer there. Thank you very much, mate. It's very kind of you. You too. Videos are awesome. Traffic. Traffic 12 o'clock high, I believe there. Glide and Play says he just landed in Madrid. 182 FPM. Very good landing considering you've basically been flying for 7 hours. I know by that point, when I've flown transatlantic going over to New York, and that's one of the flights where it's not really long enough that you can sort of leave your computer running and go to sleep. So you do have to sit down for the majority of it. I know at that point, you know, you come into landing and you're just like, oh, please don't mess this up. And then if you do mess it up, well, it's probably one of the most annoying things on the planet. Not far off. I keep redlining the plane. I want to keep the engine fine. Right, I'm going to try that. I'm going to open my door and see what happens. Let's trim the aircraft nicely. There we are. Hold it at 5,000. Almost perfect trimming there. Almost perfect. Right, I'm going to try that. Take a bit more power in. Open the door. Oh, keep that open. Go on, keep it open. Keep it open. Keep it open. At least they've modelled that, because some aircraft you can just open the door and they'll stay open. I remember the first time I went up in a 152, it was my uncle, it must have been a few years ago, and he was like, the door may open in flight, if it does, just reach out and shut it. So that has stayed in my mind ever since. What else have we got on this plane that isn't in there? Yeah, lovely. Can we open these? Can we open the air vents? I don't know if we can open the air vents, but no, it's probably quite. I don't know what the weather's like in Florida at the moment, to be fair, except what we're looking at now. What's the thermometer saying? Yeah. Well, we're reading about 16 degrees up here, so fairly nice, to be fair. Nice weather. We are going a bit fast at the moment, Carl. Normally it's sort of 100 knots in this aircraft at cruise max, but the aircraft's far away, so I'm redlining the engine there, so let's slow that down just a bit. There we go, it's better. Groovy. Max B says he's flying an American Airlines 737 from Phoenix to Minneapolis this afternoon. QA pilot, thank you very much for stopping by. It's been a pleasure having you, as well as Oz Flight Simmer. You know, two absolute inspirations to me. And one thing I do like about flight simulation is all the content creators. We sort of speak to each other, we watch each other's videos, and that's not sort of copying ideas because we've all got sort of our own niches. But it's a really nice community in that respect. You know, I don't think you'd find too many communities like that. And these guys are 3 times, 4 times bigger than me. So that's the really incredible thing. This headwind is being slightly annoying. What's the weather saying? Here we go. Right. 7 knots. That's nothing, is it really? Nothing. And it's almost a direct headwind. At the moment, anyway. I noticed that everyone's sort of overtaking me. We had about 15 people behind me, and now they seem to mostly be in front of me now. Kian says he sees me on Valanta. Awesome. He's seeing my fluctuations of 1,000 feet in height every 5 minutes or so. Oz Flight Simmer, a pleasure as always. I'll see you on another one of your streams that I pop in sometimes. It's probably a bit weird because I don't stream too often, seeing sort of reversed roles here, haven't we? Right, where's that F-18? Here he is. That's what I ordered. Just what the doctor ordered. We've also got another one over there. We've got 2 F-18s. Incredible. Incredible. Right, so it's not too long. We're about 20 miles out of our destination airport, the first stop. Coming up to it slowly but surely. They will basically turn almost direct north. I mean, probably heading 010, 020 if that. To KTNT, which is a training airport in the middle of the Everglades. That's a fairly hefty leg, so I might go in something a bit quicker for that. Glide and play, the flight plan is in the description, so if you go to any of those airports, depending on what part of the trip we're on, we'll see you all there. Thank you very much, Q8 Pilot, it's very, very kind of you. I'm going to convert some of this excess speed into excess height, shall we? So you've got a choice of Marathon Airport up here, and then KTNT, and then the destination airport, which is, I've forgotten it now, something executive airport. What's it called? Fort Lauderdale, of course. Keane's got his 21st birthday at the weekend, or Thursday, I don't know why I said the weekend. Thursday, awesome, well I hope you have a good birthday, if I don't say it to you again before then. Cougar says, what server you on? North Europe, glide and play? No, don't need to be sorry, I'm just helping you out, it's fine. Cougar, we're on North Europe server. Paradaski, hello, welcome to the stream, nice to see you here. Staying in formation with this SR22, he's blown a bit all over the shop, but good job, sir. That Osprey, I believe, has already landed. I haven't actually tried it out, but you can see the airport now, which is groovy. And look at this road bridge. I mean, that's got to be a scary road. I don't know if I'd drive across that. Imagine in the dark. And I think I've read up about this one before flying in this area. I do believe that's only 2 lanes. Yeah, it looks like it is. So that's going to be quite tight. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool beans. Sweet. Tyler says you should start descending. We'd be very low very quickly in the 152. So, yeah, you'll notice coming down, but I'm not in no rush. Centurion, hello. Yeah, Kian, I need to upgrade that really. I mean, it works, don't get me wrong. But I don't want to fall behind in terms of graphics. There's a lot of money. They are so expensive, graphics cards. They're never going to be cheap. They are a must-have investment. But it served me really well. Really sweet graphics card. Right, okay, we'll begin the descent now. Carb heat comes on. Let's bring that power back. Easy. Lovely. Let's have a look, shall we? How are we doing? Runway is in sight, of course. I just didn't want to make sure I was landing on the road. That would be embarrassing. I'm going to bring out the power. I probably descended a bit too early there. I could already feel myself too low. Get one stage of flaps now. I know we're just about in the white arc. Don't want to rip the wing off. Lovely. And the second stage of flaps now. Steady on, old boy. Problems with the Cessna, as soon as you clap the flaps down, it's so horrifically slow. Groovy. And there's a bit of turbulence coming down. Just making for some fun old flying at the moment. How are we doing? Most people are coming in, if not already. I could have waited a while, to be fair. First landing of the stream, hopefully it'll be a good one. But no promises. I haven't done a stream for a while, so do forgive me. Lovely old job. There we are. And it's very quiet at the moment. Where actually is the runway? There's so much concrete. Right, okay, in a moment. Final stage of flaps down now. Add a bit of power to keep us in the air. V22 is up above Marathon Airport. First stop in today's stream. Sort out trim just a tad. Steady. That airport is like, the runway's blended completely into the surrounding field. It's great fun. Oh, we're ballooning a bit. And we're down. Groovy. Well, that was... that was a rum old landing, I have to admit. But there we go. On the ground. Look at all these legends coming in to land here at Marathon. Let's get those flaps up. And we'll go taxi round. Make sure we get some fuel. I might swap over to a 172 this time. Which is an aircraft I haven't flown for ages. But yeah, how decent landing. Decent landing. Definitely wasn't a crash. Here we go. Let's turn off here. Oh, someone's decided to plant a pushback tug right in front of us. Let's go on this bit of cement over here. Lovely. Set parking brakes, and very briefly I'm going to swap over to a 172. See you, Flight Sim. It's been a pleasure having you in the chat, and as always, please do check out Flight Sim's channel. If you haven't done already, let me just drop it into the chat for you all. There you are. Really good stuff. Fantastic content creator, highly recommended. Thanks, mate. Yeah, 163 Kian, so I'd definitely take that. I thought I got my flaps up. Obviously not. Right, I'm just going to swap over to a different aircraft, which I'm going to do. I don't know how well it will work doing it on multiplayer. Some people might still see me in the Cessna 152, but we're not using that one anymore. We're going to go into a 172, just so we can cover a bit more ground. Where am I looking? Aircraft selector. Here we go. Hopefully it's not some horrible livery. This is Marathon Airport. Oh yeah, that'll do. That's a nice one. So at the moment, guys, if you want to spawn in, we are... And let me just get that code up for you all. KMTH. Lovely. Groovy. So I've now swapped over to the 172. Ooh, completely unfamiliar with this cockpit, cannot lie. And we're going up to KTNT. So basically almost, well not almost directly north, what is it? 010, about 10 degrees up. So we can pop it into the GPS. Not that I know how to use it, so this is good fun. Can I write this in? I can't write it in. That makes my life slightly more awkward. K S T N. I don't use this very often. T. Okay, is that? There you go. It's loaded it in. Sweet. How do I get back to the map? It's holding control, isn't it? If I recall correctly, yes it is. Wonderful, that's loaded in. What are you flying? Where are you flying right now? So we're now going to K Marathon to KTNT. Jan, thank you very much for coming along. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I'll certainly be doing more with them. Groovy. That's today's route in the 172. Let's just go around on camera to have a look at all these legends on the ground. I did have a keybind for that, but I've completely forgotten it. Ooh. I didn't see that. Right, Dave's helping me out. If you click the little keyboard symbol next to where you put the iCal code, you can use your keyboard to type in it. Ooh. I knew there was a way to do it, I just haven't personally done it. So now, let's have a little look. Although I've already typed it in. Oh yeah, there's a keyboard symbol there. That's very handy. Thanks for that, Dave. Very kind of you. Rightio. Wind is doing exactly the same thing, so we've got to taxi towards the left, and we'll take off towards the north. That will mean we've got a lovely 7 knot crosswind, basically all the way up there, but no biggie. Let's head back to the map. Groovy. Right, shall we go? I think we should. This is literally my first time flying the 172 in probably 2 years. This is an aircraft I don't fly, ever. These rudders are really unresponsive. What's going on here? More power. Yeah, someone please do pull up in an AN225. That would be very awesome. That would be very cool. Right, because I have no considerations for the people or vehicles around me, I'm going to go right through them. Goodness. My rudders are not liking this aircraft. I'm having to go full right rudder, just not even maintain the centre line, just get close to it. Groovy stuff. Spin the nose wheel back, maybe that'll help it. Right, I think yeah, let's not bother with flaps in this takeoff. I'm sure the 172 will cope fine with it. And I'm gonna imagine you start to pull back into 65 in this aircraft. That probably makes sense to me. Groovy, approach is clear. Runway's probably not clear, but hold on a minute, that has developed into a bit of a Crosswind. That is awesome. Hang on. Microsoft Flight Simulator moment right there. Look at that. Maniac. Right, life begins at 40 says, hey everyone, just call me 40 or 40 truck. I watched some. Oh, there we go. He's answered the question I was about to ask him. I watched some of your vids there. Great. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you, sir. It's a pleasure to have you here on the live stream with me today. Let's just get a few screenshots while we're at it. Making memories, you know how it is. Awesome. I'm just going to briefly turn off tags. Then we'll get up in the air towards the airport that I can only remember because it's Kilo TNT. Photo. I can hear that osprey. Groovy. That is so cool. Right, in a moment we'll be taking off. I'm just grabbing a few screenshots. And on that note, it's time to head back into the cockpit and fly this plane that I haven't flown for ages. Like, properly flown. I think I might have sat, you know, maybe done a takeoff or two, but aside from that, nothing. Right. See, I left my parking brake on full power. Whee, steady, steady. Groovy, up in the air. Not tracking the runway at all. I wasn't putting enough right rudder in. Can you show me where you are on the map? We're just taking off from Kilo Mike Tango Hotel. So put that in and we'll be right there. Right, once you get to 500, let's climb up to 1,000 first because this aircraft is quite shaky at the moment. Then we'll turn left. Yeah, do the turn now. Wonderful. We'll go up to a similar sort of height, 4,000 feet, 5,000 feet. That sort of suited us well last time. This one should be quite a scenic route, especially once we hit the coast. We're right going over the Everglades. Should be pretty groovy. Okay. Look at the plane up there. Sweet. Right, I'm gonna go probably, let's see, I think 015, so bearing 15 degrees or heading would do us nicely. about that? Groovy. Look at that guy. Yeah, the stream will be about a minute delayed compared to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's pretty average, and I can't do much about that, regrettably. Oh, we got a few guys on Volanta. That's cool. We got Finley Pilot and Carl as well. He's in the Cessna 208 apparently. Who just flew past me in an Air Mauritius A330-900 Neo? We've got a message. What does that say to us? Set course up. Alright. Don't need to shout at me. Happy now? I've never had that before. That's cool. What was that about? That's got to be, yeah, that's got to be working title there. That's too advanced for Microsoft Flight Simulator default. And listen to the DC-3 right next to us. Legends. Legendary. Right, okay, Dave asks, is it worth it to give Volanta? Well, it's free and it is a cool tool just for tracking your flights. It's sort of, Flight Sim is great, but it's nice to keep a record of it. That's what I'd say. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe, of course. I'm sure most of you have. You're all legends at the end of the day, so I can't see why you wouldn't. Groovy. Getting hit by quite a bit of wind, it seems. What's message saying now? I've done that. I'm going to bring the aircraft over slightly more. Saying we're doing 112 knots ground speed, 113. Half an hour until we hopefully hit the airport, but that's going down at a slightly quicker rate, which is cool. Here we go, we're coming up to the Everglades now, so there should be some nice scenery. I just paused in mid-air. My goodness. There we go. Wonderful. Thanks so much, guys, for coming along so far. It's been awesome. It's been great fun. Just gonna sort out my Volanta. mute this while I drink. You guys don't want ASMR, I wouldn't reckon. Ori, hello, nice to see you, my friend. How you doing? Welcome to my stream. We're doing a group flight across Florida at the moment. It's been really great fun so far. We've got people at A310s, F-18s, 152s, 172s, Ospreys, DC-3s. This is great. It is just superb. Look at that. Pop out of death mode now. Is that boat down there? No, it's the island. I was about to say it's a very long boat. Groovy. Right, okay, I need to turn slightly now. So pass over these islands, hit a bit of cloud. Do I go above or below the cloud? I haven't even got my VFR license yet, so I don't reckon go what IFR is. I mean, it's quite wispy, so I can probably just about get away with it. There is still quite a bit of wind up here, though, which is surprising. That, that will never get old. Someone is like on top of me. Groovy. How high are we? We've got to be... I'm probably a bit too high now. How are we doing? Right, let's go to 5,000 feet and call it a day there. I'm guessing we can just click altitude at that point. Lovely. Altitude will hold at 5,000. My goodness, that almost made me jump there. That almost made me jump. Right, we've got 25 minutes on the clock until our next airport, so it's still some good time, but a pleasure to bring most of you guys with us. I know it might take a big part out of your day away, so it's great to spend it with you. It really is. And here we are, we're coming over the Everglades now. Getting into them. Florida's sort of... I believe it is a national park. So yeah, cool. Carl's in the DC-3. Good, fantastic aircraft. That's not going to get old. fantastic stuff, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hello, Max. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, if you want to aim for an altitude, I'd say aim for around 5,000 feet is what I'm at the moment. There's a 777 coming up in a bit, my goodness. My goodness. I might have to go in the Honda Jet after this one, I think. I think that's a cool plane to go in. Yeah, I've never been to America for that matter, but I am going to Flight Sim Expo next year, so it'll be my first time in America, which is in Houston. So all the way about 300, well, no, probably about 400, 600 miles that way, I believe. How far actually is Houston from here? That's got to be about 800 at most, at least 800. Yeah, I take that back. It's about 800 miles that way, but it is over there. So I'm going to Houston to go to FS Expo. It should be great fun, and then I'll be going to New York after that. So my first time in America. Really looking forward to it, and that is very, very cool stuff. Pretty scenery as well. Any news on the A380? Well, they have been previewing it quite frequently alongside Blue Games and XP as well. It does look incredible, but I haven't got any other news aside from what they've been doing, so I haven't made a video on it. But yeah, it's looking really good, looking really cool. Beluga, hello. Hope you're doing. Someone managed to enter a flat spin. Look at the Antonov. Look at the Antonov. What is he doing? What is he doing? There is. Where is the Bonanza? Got the A310. There is the inverted Bonanza up there. Completely respect that. There's the F-18. My goodness. And here is me in the humble 172. I can imagine it is easy to store the Antonov, seeing it's an absolute behemoth. Gonna briefly turn off traffic labels. I know everyone's gonna zip past me. There we are. Crazy. There's the wonderful DC-3. Let's have a look at this guy. I mean, that is a cool aircraft. That is wonderful. Look at that. try and get them all together in one photo. It looks like, have you seen that meme with like the planes dancing midair? That's what it reminds me of, like, exactly that. Right, we've got some nice speed. Ground speed's 126 knots, which is rather quick. About 15 minutes out of our next stop, and then I'll be swapping over to some sort of business jet for our final leg, over to Fort Lauderdale Executive, I believe. Flying formation in a helicopter is no picnic. No, I can imagine it's very difficult. Look at the clouds, that's what we like to see. Scenery is incredible. Thank God for VR. I guess you are getting a lot more spatial understanding in VR, so incredible really. I'm terrible at flying helicopters in here. It's almost impossible for me. I find the Capri G2 somewhat doable. I can like take off and land and fly about. But chuck me in the Bell 407 and I'm just a danger to everyone around me. I just cannot fly it. It's unbelievable. I would have said, probably to most of you, a year ago that I'm not a big fan of helicopters. But now I'm working with them on my day job every single day, probably more than fixed wing. I am taking a liking to them. They are fantastic machines. Where are you from in the UK? I'm on the East Coast in wonderful East Anglia. Yeah, it's very, very basically right next to Miami, isn't it? I mean, they're both over there somewhere. That sort of way. Group's sort of separated out now, but there's still plenty of you here. That's really appreciated. I think we've got a few people at Marathon. I imagine we'll get some people spawn into Kilo Tango, November Tango. Looks really realistic at the moment. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, I'm looking on the map. Miami and Fort Lauderdale. I mean, you've got a place called Hollywood in between, but they are basically the same place. Also got an old airport at Pembroke Pines. That looks interesting. Oh, Dave. Yeah, wow. There's a... yeah. So I switched to the F117. Is that the Nighthawk? Go ahead. Yeah, I'll go back to Dave's point. He says he wants to be an air ambulance, but got into a bad motorbike accident. Wow, that sort of thing obviously is devastating at the time, but yeah, I'm sure you look back at it sort of now, and not that everything does happen for a reason, messed up a lot of plans as you say, but some things you wouldn't have gone and done if that didn't happen, for example, I'm sure. But yeah, still would love to be one though. Well, go for it. I know near me there's a company called Bristow's and they offer a fully trained scholarship, so really struggling to get pilots, so just go for it. I think he was somewhat exaggerating. I took it with a pinch of salt. I know what he meant. They are basically right next to each other. 10 minutes, very quick run. It looks like they're about 10 miles apart-ish. Wonderful. We're about 5,000 feet. Groovy. Yeah, exactly, Dave. Private lessons, I mean, they aren't cheap. I do them, and mine are about £200 an hour. I'll turn that for the background. So for me, that's an incredible amount of money at my age to spend on flying lessons. But I do this and I work full time as well. YouTube doesn't pay great, but it does allow me to put some money towards it. But it's like every single second, every single sort of spare pound I've got goes into flying. Which is good and bad. I really enjoy it, but it is a massive financial commitment, and I keep thinking to myself, I'm only at the PPL stage right now. So yeah, Cole says he's never moved his throttle this much. I mean, that is testament to your fantastic flying skills. I mean, you guys have done really well in holding the formation here, to be fair. I'm just going to get a side angle photo because they are easier to get everyone in within a sort of defined area, and that's not really working, so forget that. Wonderful. If I may ask, what do you do for work? So it sounds more fancy than it is. The official title is Flight Support Officer. I work at a private FBO, basically, and but it's also a lot of offshore oil helicopters that go off. So it's basically doing anything that the planes and the pilots need to a pretty fundamental degree, like clocking aircraft, walking passengers, meeting passengers, loading bags, calling fuel trucks, speaking to air traffic about what's coming in and booking people in, that sort of thing. Exactly, Dave, and that's the thing. You've got to stay. I mean, you've got to stay committed to it. And I enjoy it. I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy working. I enjoy flying. So I haven't got much to complain about. Welsh Aviation, thank you very much for coming along. Have a great day. Bye bye. Trundling along nicely now. Finley Pilot in the BE-36. I did notice you had a slight crash into a river, it seems. You can see that avalanche. Hope you're doing well. Hope you got that crash without a scratch. I think I can just about see the airport. And my mouse not working. Wait. Wonderful stuff. Also, you might be able to see, I mean, Next Level Racing, wonderful chair, but this is the new studio. So I used to have stream in my bedroom. I'm not going to move the camera around. I might show you at the end. But it's just a nice sort of area to do YouTube and fly. It's sort of dedicated. You can see the KLM 747 behind me there. We've got a few PPL books and airports dotted over the place. But I do need some good paintings on the wall, I thought. Posters on the wall, I should say. Thanks, Dave, very kind of you. My speed's about 115 knots at the moment, 126 knots ground speed. My mouse isn't working, I've noticed that's slightly annoying. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Oh, that is a money shot right there. Stay there. Stay exactly there. Whee! I took the autopilot off too quick there. That is why you don't suddenly release the autopilot. Let's go back to where we were going. I was too excited about the DC-3 outside my window there that I may have deviated slightly. I'm sure Carl and his DC-3 really appreciated me doing that. How high are you? We're aiming for 5,000 feet. I'm just below that at the moment. On the Phoenix A320, do you notice it veering off in one direction or another on touchdown? No, I wouldn't say that's a systemic problem for me. Well, thank you very much. We just had something pop up on the screen, although the alert box there. There we go, Jason Lee. Thank you very much for subscribing. Very kind of you. Yeah, I wouldn't say no. I can't say I do notice that, like, repeatedly. Right, let's just level ourselves out here. Chuck up the vertical speed in. I'm so sorry, Carl. I was awestruck by you sat next to me, and I tried to tip the wing slightly, and then remembered autopilot was on, so I chucked it off. That's very, very good flying skills. I'm very impressed. I mean, I can just about see the airport radar coming up, or airspace, I should say. Yeah, Carl, that's very good flying skills. Ooh, you silly man, you've gone over 5,000 feet. Is that the airport there? That's got to be the airport. Airport in sight. That's a very long runway. That is a very long runway. Kian says, I'm going on my first real-life holiday, 2023 real-life holiday, April 15th to Tenerife. Wonderful. Have a great time. Who are you flying with, Tui? Runway 09, okay, let me, wind would make sense. Wow, look at you guys, incredible. Let's just, I mean, it's relatively easy, it's going to be this side, isn't it? So that's set up nicely. Let's check wind. I have to say, I do like this. This is a very good thing with Microsoft Flight Sim. Very easy. Okay. For goodness sake. No meter available. What? Give me a longer list. There we go. Oh. Right, we'll go off Fort Lauderdale as soon as this next to. Yeah, wind's coming from exactly the same way it was. It's only 1 knot slower, so groovy. Right. Give me control. Okay, wonderful to see you, mate. Haven't seen you for a while, and I'm sure you haven't seen me on a live stream for a while, seeing as I almost never do them. It's quite the rarity. A long time supporter on my channel, really appreciated. And great to see you here, mate. Right, okay, Kilo Tango, November Tango. Where's the carb heat on this baby? Let's chuck that on. Do we have carburetor control? We must do. Or is this only a Cessna thing? I don't actually know. Do we have carb heat on this sort of plane? Maybe not. Maybe it's too advanced for that. Well, hopefully the engine won't ice up. Aer Lingus, a wonderful airline still. Right, here we go. We've now got the Spruce Goose next to us. Awesome, awesome choice of plane. This has been my first time landing the 172 in a while. Oh, there we go, Tyler. Thank you very much for letting me know. My first time landing a DC-3, well, Carl, based on your flying skills we've seen today, I'm sure you can have no issue with that. Right, rapidly approaching the white arc. Let's get those flaps down. Second landing of the stream. First one was very good. Let's see if we can get another good one in. Tad high. Very, very quick. Let's get the nose back up. Probably ripped off the flaps, but oh well. There we go. Groovy. There comes the Spruce Goose. I think they make that sound like a jet aeroplane. It's somewhat concerning. Lovely. And then I'm going to swap over to one of my favourite aircraft, the Honda Jet, for the final leg of today's group flight, which has been an absolute success so far. So wonderful to fly with you guys. Right, last stage of flaps now. A tad bit of sink as we come down. Get that trim down. Ooh, I have not flown the 172 in a while. Right, feet are alive. Ease off the power now. Yeah, definitely an acceptable landing. Minus 24 FPM. Julian got. That's very good. Mine was 93, so mine was definitely on the firmer side. There we go. We've stopped right before the Spruce Goose. That feels crazy. Awesome. Right, let's go watch a few of your guys' landings before we swap over to another aircraft. So feel free to keep flying around if you're in the group. Here goes one. A bit of a bounce, but looked like a decent landing, and he's crashed into me. Who else we got coming in now? Ooh, ouch. I don't know what aircraft you're in. Hopefully it wasn't a little one, because you might find yourself in the ground. Get that gear up, boy. Very good stuff. Wonderful flying, guys. Incredible. Cheers, Kian. Thank you very much. Carl got minus 32 in the Spruce Goose. Incredible stuff. Right, okay, final leg now. Let's have a vote. What aircraft do I swap into? So, do I keep with the Cessna 172 or do I swap over to a business jet? For the final leg. There you go. Feel free to answer away now. There we go. Right, Dave has said he's going to head off now. Thank you so much for flying with us, and hopefully you've enjoyed this stream. And good luck if you do ever decide to go into training. I hope you do. But yeah, Dave, thanks for popping by. It's been a pleasure. See you. Right, let's see how that pole's doing. It looks like we're holding out for business jet at the moment. Okay, well, I think it's settled. See you, Dave. Bye-bye. We're going to be swapping over to my favourite aircraft, probably in the simulator. I do like this fantastic aircraft. We'll be swapping over to the Honda Jet for the final leg of what has been a truly wonderful group flight. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I really do. Ooh. Right, okay, hopefully it'll pop over somewhat quickly. That is a sexy plane. Hello, hello, Flywalado or Flywalado. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to a live stream. Something I don't do too often, but it's been really good so far. Definitely people enjoying it, so it's great to see. Right, okay, it's going to be quite the short leg, seeing as I'm in a Honda Jet this time, but I will keep it slow for everyone around me. Let me just pop that into Volanta. There we go, and we're going to, what's the airport registration? Kilo Foxtrot X-Ray Kilo. I'll pop that into chat for you guys. Kilo Foxtrot X-Ray Kilo. There we go. Feel free to fly along if you'd like to. And I've been an absolute moron and put that wrong. Foxtrot X-Ray Kilo. There we go. Try that one. That's the route we'll be flying for the final leg of what has been a wonderful stream, flying with you guys, and definitely be doing more of them. Just golly. Right, okay. Look at that. It's incredible. Incredible. Yes, we have talked about doing lives, yeah. And he's a fantastic fly relato, fantastic content creator. Really cool stuff on Instagram especially. So please do check him out. Without further delay, shall we get up in the air? I think it's time. Victor, how are you doing? Hello, nice to meet you. Parking brake off. Holding on the brakes, adding some power. I'm not going to bother with autopilot for this 5-minute leg. My rudders are going insane. My rudders literally do nothing. Oh, look at the TCAS. The TCAS is going to go crazy. You know why? I feel silly. I've left it on. Ignore me. Abandon that takeoff. I think I've left it on my Cessna controls, so yeah, that's why I've got coming off the runway. Right, let me just quickly prevent another catastrophe. Good thing I didn't take off there. You silly man. Right, I guess I've got to make do with. Right, okay. Basically, I've got the honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant, so I've only got one throttle on at the moment. There we go. Sort of can do it. Let's try again. I wondered why. I did wonder why. There's only one engine was moving. I should have checked, but I just didn't. Right, pretend you didn't see that. Let's go. Oh, we've got a Condor A330 that's touched down in front of me. There we go, we're up. Gear up. Look at traffic, that's hilarious. There we go, that's more like it. That's what you'd expect. Groovy. So that is why, if you're ever on takeoff roll, make sure you check if both your engines are working, as opposed to just one. Look at the traffic map though. I mean, I'm surprised. It's doing a very good job, to be fair. But it's doing a great job. Okay, I've been told I'm too fast. Just ignore the background noise, I'm just testing my sound. Okay, my wireless earphones have just run out of charge, which is incredibly annoying. I'll just take them off and pop them on the side. Probably focus on the flying again. I've been told I was too fast, so I'm going to slow down and descend to a slightly shallower height. And not too much, otherwise we'll pick up too much speed that way. Groovy. You got buzzed. Crazy. Crazy people. Right, I think I'll be able to hold 100 knots. That's probably going to be what we're going for here. And I'm going to try hold 3,000 feet. It's telling me traffic again. There you go, hold 3,000. Lovely. Interesting terrain. Looks more like a golf course down there as opposed to a swamp, which it actually is. Traffic's going berserk. TCAS doesn't know how to cope. I'm still too fast. Would you like me to go 120? I've tried to cope up with the GA people as well as groovy. Carl's gonna hop in something slower, he says. Wonderful.
Autopilot.
I mean, I just can't believe the look of that. It's just everywhere. There is just traffic absolutely everywhere. Hopefully autopilot will hold us nicely there.
Autopilot.
I just want to go in the back. I want to look at the windows. Right. What window is going to be best? Probably this one. I just hit my microphone. Oh, I can't see any traffic there. You guys are too good in formation. That's the problem. Wonderful. I can pop my earphones on charge, so bear with me. I'm back in. Groovy stuff, right. Ooh, that's a nice plane down next to us. You guys, real OGs, sticking with us. Really appreciated. We've got a 787 doing circuits. It's quite impressive. Also another Mustang in the sky somewhere. I'm just going to pause briefly and just turn back. I know everyone whizzes past me at that point, but it's always funny. Just turn back. Multiplayer nameplates. Show up everyone on the screen. Plenty of people in the sky still. Got the AV-8 over there, the Harrier, which is a good aircraft. Always fun flying, to be fair. Lovely. I've sped up significantly now. But I'll come back down to 120-ish. Got Kit Fox over there, the Sub-Zero Savage. He's got a lot of flying to do to catch up. Look at the livery on that, that's incredible. Kept my flaps down, it's too slow. Wonderful. Very good flying from the guy in front of us. Hopefully he doesn't clip his wing. Ooh, look at that. That's a sexy formation, well done. Good stuff. TCA's blaring at me. Tommy Bob 29 in the AV-8 Harrier over there, although I haven't got that model. I'd like to try it out. Is it any good? If he's in the chat, do let me know. Is that the runway over there? Runway possibly in sight. Get those people above as well. Got some of them. 510 over there. You guys over there as well. Sweet. Can you go a little bit slower, sure thing? It's very easy to lose track of speed. Here we go. Wonderful, hopefully I can just go back and grab my earphones and I'll have a bit of juice in them now. Okay, I'm back and you can see I've got my lovely earphones on now, so where are we looking? God, in that time I've almost stalled. We've got a bit of wing drop going on. Okay, still recovery time.
Autopilot.
There we are, out of stall. I have to say I'm not looking forward to landing, as soon as I have limited control of my throttles. I might swap over my mixed lever. That's better. There you go, I can hear stuff now. It makes a whole world of difference. Right, runway is in sight. It's just over there, I believe. And seeing as wind has been the same direction for the whole flight, lovely job. We can fly directly towards it. And no, we can't, because I've just run out of fuel. Whoops. Well, there we go. It's time to do an emergency landing somewhere. Seeing as I don't think we've got any airports I can glide to. Well, this adds some variation. Let's just have a clicky look at a map. got? We've got an airstrip. Well, we've got some glide time, so that's probably our only shot. All these people telling me to go slower. There you go, I do listen to you. Feel free to continue on to the destination airfield and ignore my incompetency here. Right, where are we looking? I can't see the airstrip. I'm gonna guess it's that block there. So that's what we've got to aim for. That's all we get. Here we go. Who would have thought an emergency landing? Ooh, there's actually a perfect road right there. We'll go for the road. Great fun. Right, good news is we've got plenty of road, so plenty of runway. Let's get the gear down. I don't know if hydraulics work. We've got manual gear extension. Not emergency brake. Right, we've got a lot of speed to burn off still. Looks like our gear isn't coming out and I can't press alternate gear release. That's slightly worrying. Oh, this looks going to be a skidder. Goodness me. Did our landing gear did somehow come down there. Well, there we go, guys. That's what happens if you run out of fuel on the Honda Jet. You crash and die. Right, I'm going to cheat and just head back into the air. Chuck some fuel on. And see you at the main airport. Right, let's cheat a bit. Oh, the SR-22 also crashed, so we're not alone. There we go. Lovely. Right, I'm going to see. There we go, we're up in the sky, everything's working again. Pretend nothing happened. I'll cut it and post and no one will know a thing. I can't believe that. Stunning scenery around here though. What just happened? Well, I ran out of fuel and tried to land on the highway and crashed. Lovely. Runway's just over there, I believe. I'm flying quite a bit of trim here. Runway's in sight, it's just over there, so that's where we'll be landing. Groovy. I hope you've enjoyed this stream so far, guys. It's been an absolute honour, great fun flying with you all. So do let me know if you'd like to see more in the chat. I know hasn't been too many of you, but you know, the guys that are with me, I really do appreciate it. You know, so be sure to like the stream. Be sure to like the stream if you haven't done already, and subscribe. Although I'm sure most of you who are watching are subscribed. YTP channel, bye bye. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you enjoyed. And it has been good fun, really. We've ticked off some new airports. Here we go, final destination now. We're very quick. More traffic blaring. It's very efficient speed brake on this bad boy. You can hear it. Beautiful airport, I have to say. I really like the look of this one. Final landing of today's stream. And of course, we've already messed up. Way too low. Overtaking the SR-22 now. Sorry, sir. Well, hey. Terrible landing. Terrible. Absolutely rubbish landing. Don't come off the runway. Well, ignore that last leg because that was absolutely abhorrent flying. But the first two legs were very, very nice. Guys, it's been a pleasure to fly with you today. As I said, if you'd like me to do more live streams, do let me know. I probably won't do group flights all too often, maybe once a month, but I'm definitely interested in doing sort of VATSIM flights, real world airliner flights, and indeed real world business jet flights. There's the best flying in that. But all the guys that have flown with me on this group flight really is appreciated, and I hope you've had some fun as well, flying to maybe airports you wouldn't have flown into if we didn't do this group flight. So if you've got any suggestions, do leave them on the chat. But it has been great fun. I think I'm going to end the stream here. Let's just watch a few of these guys come in for land, hopefully better than I did. There we go. Lovely job. Charles Dog in the L93, L39 even. This VR22. The guy in the Osprey, respect to him. On that note, guys, as Cursed comes onto the ground and Micro Pico 1979 flies his de Havilland Canada-6, or the Beaver I believe it is, onto the ground, I want to wish you all a fantastic day, many happy landings. I'll see you around. Bye bye.